Reposting is not lazy, it's smart, it's sustainable, and it's honestly being kind to your future self and allowing you more time to work on other parts of your business that are going to light you up or that you only have time for in this busy season. Welcome to The Creative Bodega, a podcast about content marketing, Instagram growth, and personal branding for female service-based solopreneurs who want to grow their business without letting it take over their lives. I'm your host, Em Connors, and each week I'll share actionable tips, expert advice, and unfiltered truths to help you create engaging content, connect authentically with your audience, and turn followers into loyal customers, all without the burnout. If you're ready to simplify your content creation, navigate the ever-changing trends, and build a business that works for you while staying sane in this crazy season of life, then you're in the right place. Hey there, Em here, and I want to talk about a subject that I get asked about all the friggin' time. How do you repurpose your content? Or how do you just refresh your content? Or how do you repost your content? And for me, those are three very different things. And I just want to break it down for you. I'm going to keep this really simple, somewhat short, because we're doing these little summer episodes, definitely under 20 minutes. But I just want to focus on these time-saving strategies that are going to feel really strategic and hopefully aligned and just free up a lot of your time in the summer because we're all busy. As I'm recording this, it is June 26th. My kids got out of school a week and a half ago, and the episode is coming out July 21st. So that is like the dead middle of the summer for us. And we're going to be coming off a vacation, and it's hard. It's a very hard time of year. But it doesn't really have to be honest. Like, I don't work that hard on content in the summer. I'm going to be honest. That is my kind of chill out, slow down time. And that's kind of how I built my business. And I'm okay with it. Okay. And you need to be kind of okay with it. But if you ever feel like you're just constantly creating content, but still wondering what to post next, that's like basically being stuck on a hamster wheel, and that's not fun for anyone. And that's really how you lead yourself to burnout. So today I want to break down the exact way that I either refresh, repurpose, or repost my Instagram content so that I'm not glued to my phone 24/7, because that's not fun. And that's not me being present. And in fact, I asked you guys to reach out to me and tell me to take off the week of my vacation because we only go away for 1 week in the summer as a family. It's to my absolute most favorite place in the entire world. I am a lake girl. I've been going to this lake up in New England my entire life, and it's like sacred, honestly. My grandparents, it's where we would go with them every year, and now I take my kids. It's just special. It's just special. So last year I did post, and I messed things up. I messed up a ManyChat. I had to leave the dock. I was so annoyed with myself, and I just felt kind of off, the entire vacation. And I kind of attribute it to being a little stuck to my phone because I was still posting and things were kind of going wrong, or I had to reply to people. And so this year I'm not doing it. Okay. And so, but what that means for me is in the summer, like I really do need to lean on this past content that I've made over the years that has done well. And there's absolutely no reason for me to not reuse it. Right. If you're ready to save time and get more out of the content that you've already created, like squeeze as much juice out of it as you can, this episode's going to be really fantastic for you. So as a solopreneur, I'm doing so many things, you guys. Even just this morning, it was like, oh, website updates real quick. Okay, now let me hop into my membership and, let them know about this challenge that we have coming up. All right, now switch gears and write your newsletter for next week. Like, there's just so much. Like, I'm a content creator, I'm a service provider, I'm an admin, I'm a marketing team. I'm all these things rolled into one. Oh, and then by the way, I have 2 small kids and a full-on life outside of my business, thank God. It's a lot. So here's the thing. A lot of us are sitting on a goldmine of content that we've either forgotten about or feel weird about reusing, which I'm going to talk you out of that last part. That's a mindset shift that we have got to get over. Refreshing, repurposing, and reposting is not lazy at all. It is incredibly strategic, and every top best creator that I know does it. So get over it if you're worried about posting the same thing and people are going to judge you, or people are going to be like, oh my God, why is she posting the same thing? It doesn't happen. Okay. Especially when you know it's already performed well, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be using it again. So this is where my Instagram analytic tracker, which is $19, I'm going to link it in the show notes, comes into play for me because it shows me visually exactly what's worked over the past year or more. And I can confidently repackage my content without second guessing at all. So here's what we're going to do today. Here's the plan. Here's what we're going to cover: how I find posts that are worth reusing, how I organize and prep that content, and the exact tools I use to schedule it. And I'm going to sprinkle in a little some mindset shifts that'll help you stop feeling weird or guilty about reusing content. So let's go. Find what works. I start by going to my Google Sheet, which is an analytic tracker. It's an analytic tracker inside of a Google Sheet. It is not super special or crazy or like complex, but I update it once a month on the first of the month typically, and I look back at least the past 4 to 5 months to see what content's performed really well when I'm looking to reuse, repost, or refresh content. What I'm specifically looking for are high shares, algorithm loves those, high saves, algorithm love those, and high comments. High comments to me means email list growth. So that's always a huge bonus. And here's why I look that far back, because when something is a few months old, it's emotionally detached. Like, you're not second guessing it. You're not overthinking it. You're not in that mode of, oh, should I, would I, could I, did I? Like, it's there. You know it did well. It either worked or it didn't. And the data doesn't lie. Okay. So if it was a high performer for you, it's likely going to perform pretty well again. So I'll scroll through and highlight about 5 or 6 solid posts that I know did well. Typically for me, that's carousels and reels, or whatever format they're in. And boom, that's my next 2 weeks of content already mapped out. It helps me spot what topics my audience is really connecting with, which I love as well. And it's just a gold mine for repurposing, because here's the thing: if it worked once, why would you not use it again? Okay. So basically, like, I feel like people think for like a Netflix series, like no one's binging all my content and watching it from beginning to end. And if you do, God love you. But most of your audience didn't see it the first time, because the data doesn't lie. It's not getting in front of as many people as you think it will. And even if they did, they forgot that they saw it in the first place. And even if they didn't forget, they probably need to hear it again anyways. Okay. Because what? People need to hear things like 7 times. A lot of times I'll have people say to me, oh my gosh, I remember this post and I saved it, but I never, took action on it. Thank you for posting it again. Like, that's the kind of stuff I hear. And I'm like, hey, you got it. I've saved myself a lot of time and you needed to see it again. So let's talk about this step-by-step solution. And I want to break down the whole concept of refresh, repurpose, and repost. They are 3 different things for me. Refresh it, okay? Refresh it. This is where I take that post that worked and I jazz it up a little bit. I spruce it up. I update the branding. Maybe my branding changed. Maybe I want to try it with a different font. I changed the headline. Maybe I think I could have, used a better headline and it could have performed better. So I changed the headline. Maybe I tweak the design in Canva because something's not quite working. Or I remember, oh yeah, when I posted that, like this looked a little funky. So this next time I'm going to fix that. I'm not going to delete that post initially if something's wrong, by the way. I know a lot of people stress out about that. Oh my God, I just posted this and this is cut off or this is spelled wrong. Meh. It's fine. Honestly, if anything, 700 people are going to comment in your comments like, oh, you did this wrong. And you're like, okay, thank you. Keep commenting and telling me, because the algorithm will think you're, commenting because you like it. Or maybe the caption just needs a fresh hook or a story or something. And I will absolutely do that. It feels new to your audience and it'll save you so much time. So refreshing it is probably what I do the most. And I will tell you a little pro tip: when I'm refreshing something, I will open up Instagram on my desktop, so that I can find that post from 6 months ago or whenever it was from, and I will copy and paste the caption. You can't copy and paste your caption on your phone on Instagram, which is super annoying, but you can do it on your desktop by just highlighting and copying and pasting. So that's all I'll do. And then I will copy it. And I just learned from an amazing member inside the Coven, if you have a Mac and you have an iPhone, you can actually copy on your Mac and then just open up your iPhone and paste. It's insane. I'm going to tag her in my show notes and I'm going to share what she told me about that. I think she has a post about it. So I'll link her post. By the way, if you need any of these show notes or any links to anything, make sure that you go to thecreativebodega.com/blog/25. I will list everything out in there. So refreshing is just jazzing it up, sprucing it up a little bit, but taking something that has already been posted, right? And reusing it, but with a little twist. Repurposing it is when I take one piece of content and turn it into something totally different. So let's say I had a reel that did really well, and I'm like, you know what? That might actually work well as a carousel. So I try it that way. Or I have a carousel that did really well, and I turn that into a podcast episode, or turn it into a newsletter, or turn it into a reel, right? Or I have a caption that really got people talking to me, and I turn that into a quote post, or I turn that into a talking head reel. Or I've got a newsletter that did well, and I turn it into an Instagram story series. Like, the options are endless. And listen, you know I'm a Chat GPT girl, or if you saw my recent story, it called it Chat Chippy Tea. Like chippy, like CHIPPY, and then tea that you drink, TEA. So now all I hear is Chat Chippy Tea. The auto captions turned it into that, and I didn't correct it. I actually thought it was adorable. But you're going to use ChatGPT. You're going to go and you're going to say, I had this reel that did really well, and can you tell me how to turn it into something else? Or look at this carousel, and I'll share the carousel images, and I'll say, can you tell me how to turn this into a really successful reel? So work smarter, not harder. Don't burn too many brain cells trying to figure this out, but it's really just repurposing it. Your audience consumes different content in different ways. So when you repurpose it, you're really increasing your chances of that message landing with someone new or differently, right? I'm so visual, I need to see it or hear you saying it and see you saying it. But when you did it as a quote, as a graphic, that doesn't land with me as much. So there's no right or wrong there. It's just different types of content. We've got different types of learners, right? And different types of consumers, and that's totally cool. So repurposing it is taking a piece of content that you already used and turning it into a different type of content, okay? Last but not least, we've got just reposting it. Just repost it. This is the simplest one and still the most underused in my opinion. When I am struggling to figure out what to post, I don't struggle, to be honest. I'm just like, let me open up my Instagram analytic tracker and see what did well 4 to 5 months ago. And I'm reusing that baby. And I do not change anything about it. I literally grab it in Canva, or maybe it's in later.com where I auto schedule things. I grab the caption from either Instagram on my desktop or it was in later.com because I auto scheduled it through there. And I literally just reuse it completely. Okay. So I really don't change anything. It's really glorious. If it's a reel, the way that you can repurpose reels without having your logo or this, I'm sorry, not your logo, the Instagram logo show on it, if you are downloading it, is you put it into a tool called snapinsta.app, and they don't charge anything, and it takes your reel and downloads it from Instagram without the Instagram logo. So that's a great tip. I would say the quality is not as good, but it's better than having to redo the reel. It's either that or I edit most of my reels in Canva now. So I can just go into Canva and download that whole video again, which is really cool. That way it doesn't affect the quality at all. But honestly, I use Snap Insta. I'm not going to lie. And I actually think they redid their name, snapinsta.to/en. I will put that in the show notes so that you can grab it. Again, that is how I download any of my reels that I've already posted on Instagram to my desktop or to my phone without a watermark on it, basically an Instagram watermark. So reposting it is so simple. And remember, like, new followers haven't seen this content, and your OG followers, they're likely not even going to remember when you posted the first time. So guess what? It's still going to perform well, and it's going to be such a low lift for you. So in busy seasons, for me, that's summer and holidays like December, I am so leaning hard on repurposing, refreshing, or reposting content. It's glorious. So I remember one time I posted a carousel. I originally shared like, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, same graphics, same caption, and it actually outperformed the original. And that's one of those, I just don't get it. Like I literally don't get the algorithm. I didn't do anything different. And I don't know why it performed differently. I just don't. And I'm not going to overthink it too much, but I gained, honest to God, like 1,000 followers that second time I posted it. And most of them had never seen it. So win-win. The best part, took me 60 seconds to schedule this post. And that's the kind of time-saving win I'm all about. And why my Instagram analytic tracker? That's what gave me the confidence to hit post again. That's what had all that content that's done well over the past year just right there, visually available for me. And so I didn't have to second guess it. I didn't have to wonder, is this going to work? Is this going to flop? I knew it would do pretty well. And listen, that one that I posted and I got 1,000 followers from the second time, that's rare. I'm not going to lie. For the most part, the post doesn't do as well as it did the original time, but it's good enough for me. And I'm still showing up and I'm still top of mind for people, because guess what? When you are not posting and not showing up, your competition is. I don't know about you, but I'm super competitive. So I know that if I'm not posting, my competition is, and I can't handle that. So you better believe that I am in these busy seasons of life, reposting, repurposing, or just refreshing content and using it again. And my analytic tracker gives me that confidence to hit post again because I'm not guessing. I see visually right in front of me what posts have done well in the last year and a half. And I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to do that. And that's what I do. I find it, I dig it up, and everything's organized in my Canva. If you haven't listened to my episode about how I organize my Canva folders, you need to do that. I'll link it in the show notes, but I don't have to wonder if it's going to flop. Like I know it's going to do pretty well. So I repost with zero guilt. Just because I posted something once doesn't mean it's done. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm kind of constantly refreshing, retweaking, and squeezing as much juice out of certain types of posts as I can. I think we have this false belief that everyone sees every post we make and they're going to judge us and they're going to call us out for repeating ourselves. But that's literally almost never happened to me. Maybe a couple people, and they're just like my amazing super fans that just see everything I do. But most people, they didn't catch it the first time. And those who did, they're probably going to appreciate the reminder. So reposting is not lazy. It's smart, it's sustainable, and it's honestly being kind to your future self and allowing you more time to work on other parts of your business that are going to light you up or that you only have time for in this busy season. So the creators that are burning out are the ones that are trying to make brand new content 7 days a week. That is just literally unsustainable. The ones that are thriving are the ones that are recycling, reusing, and being really strategic. So some quick tips before you go: start a tracking system so that your content performance is visible and available to you. I don't just rely on pulling up my analytics on my phone whenever I need to know what could do well for me. Okay. You don't need a fancy system. Again, I'm using a simple Google sheet and I do sell it. It's $19 and you'll have it at your fingertips. And of course it becomes with a video recording of exactly what I'm tracking and why and how to use it. Look for those shares, saves, and comments, not just likes. In fact, I don't track likes at all. That's just not in my wheelhouse. I just don't really care. I want people taking action. And to me, action is not a like. It's a little like a lazy man's like. Repost confidently. No one's watching you or judging you as closely as you are as the creator, and give yourself permission to simplify your content creation in these really busy seasons of life. So this is your permission slip. Stop making content harder than it needs to be. Start opening up those analytics. Find a post from 4 to 5 months ago and then refresh it, repurpose it, or simply repost it. And if you want to make this process so much easier, definitely just grab my Instagram analytics tracker. If you're in my membership, it is, of course, a part of that membership, and you do not need to buy it. It's a tool I swear by. It's actually open on my desktop 24/7. And I've got a recurring calendar alert on the first of the month to go and look at the last 30 days so I can grab those top performers. Okay. If you found this helpful, share it with a solopreneur friend who's drowning in content planning, or DM me and let me know which strategy that you are going to try this week, because your content deserves a second or third, or honestly, like sixth life, in my opinion. And your time is way too valuable to waste. That's what I got for you this week. I hope this is helpful. And yeah, shoot me a DM. Let me know your thoughts on this and if you're going to do it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on the Creative Bodega podcast. If you love this episode, please be sure to share it with a fellow solopreneur who could use a little content creation inspiration. And hey, don't forget to check out the show notes for any resources I mentioned on the episode to help you create content that feels easy and actually gets you results. If you want even more Canva and content tips, head over to my website, thecreativebodega.com, or find me on Instagram under the same name. Until next time, keep creating, keep showing up, and most importantly, try and have a little fun with your content. I'll see you on the next episode.